Hey, it's Jessica Goose here with RealAgriculture.com, and joining me right now is Sam Paulson, who's a tillage specialist with John Deere. How are you doing today, Sam?
I'm doing great. I mean, we're dodging the rain a little bit here, but I hear rain has been in short supply, so I think guys are pretty happy that we got some rain, and it hasn't stopped anybody from coming out. So
exactly.
It's been a good show so far.
And it is your first Canadian farm show. So what are your thoughts so far about how we do it up here in Canada?
So I am from Minnesota. It's a little bit different. I'd say it's a little looser, but I think the guys are nice. Everybody talks kind of like I do, so I feel at home that way.
Yeah, you don't have too much of an accent. But what we're going to be talking about today is this beautiful high-speed disc right behind you, which you know all about. So John Deere is unveiling here at the Canadian Farm Progress Show for 2019 the 2680H high-speed disc. So first off, I guess, what makes this disc stand out compared to others?
I think the biggest thing with this disc that really makes it stand out and why it's so popular is really the productivity. So as far as productivity goes, the working speed that we're running at, we're looking to go 10 to 14 miles an hour with this tool. So you may look at this and it's a 35-foot unit, but we're going hopefully somewhere around 12 miles an hour through the field. We can cover a lot of acres that way because for most farmers, a lot of farmers are getting bigger. We got more acres, but our tillage windows are getting shorter. So we need to be able to cover more acres a lot of times in less time. That's a tool, this one right here, that we can do that in a lot of tough and varying field conditions.
So about those working speeds, obviously a little faster here. Anything else that really stands out?
Well, we do have individual blades. So if you can see those, it is an individually mounted blade. So as far as if you have fields with stones, it handles rocks really well because each one of those blades can react independently. If you do have an issue with a blade or something, we can just take one blade off and put a new one on. Also helps for residue flow through the tool. So with that speed we're going, we want to make sure we can handle that soil flow, that residue flow. So that individual blade, that open space in between each blade gives us more ability to handle that at very high speeds.
Super user-friendly, that would be for sure. Especially
Absolutely.
Like you said, that you can interchange them. Now talk to me about depth control.
Yeah, so each one, on our depth control, we have a shim system here. So it's very simple. On a 3-section unit like this one is, this is a 35-foot. We would have 8 separate spots that we have to set that depth control at, but as long as we set each one of those the same, that's how simple the depth control is. So it's a very simple tool. Other than that, there's no wing leveling that you have to do. As long as all of our cylinders are running in float, it'll contour to the ground, whatever ground conditions may be. So the only setting that you have to do is set each one of those shims down to the same depth, and there's a gauge on each side that tells you how deep you're going, anywhere from 2 to 6 inches.
Nice. And lastly here, I guess, how does this disc stand out from competitors? What makes this one really that key feature? Is it those single blades? Is it the depth? Like, what would you say is that really big marketing point?
Well, I think it's the versatility of this tool to be able to run in the spring and the fall. I think as far as a lot of our competition goes, I think we do an excellent job as far as what your seed bed would look like in the spring. And we have those finishing attachments on the back that we can customize, whether it's a cage roller basket or whether it's the rubber roller that really leaves a nice firm seed bed. So we have options to customize. We have a very versatile tool there as far as we can customize the disc blades, so different styles of blades to match your operation. So it is definitely a utility knife of a tillage tool where we can use it in the fall to get some of that residue management out of the way and then use it in the spring for seed bed prep.
And lastly here, already out to market, this is starting to be retailed?
Yes, so our first units were able to be ordered last fall, a pretty limited order period, but we were able to get some demo units out, get this out in customer hands. As with anything, especially with tillage tools, I definitely want you to take my word to some extent, but definitely it's a tool we want to get out and demo and show what kind of tool that we have here. But we are in our second ordering period. We're getting units delivered right now to customers, and we've had a great response in that regard.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Sam.
Yes, thank you.